Okay, I gotta get rid of like all of this. All of this. Little bit of this. Send it to the trash. A little bit of that. I send it to the trash. Little bit of this. I send it to the trash. And a little bit of that. Back to the trash. What you saying? What you saying? I don't even know where that's from. What's the matter with your hands? And like my dad used to say that all the time. A little bit of this. What are you doing? I ain't doing nothing. I'm Bear. I know you. You cleaning up in there? Hey! You got a shooter?
Now we're gonna poke it.
I don't want no shooters. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Bear, no, get off of me with all of that. That's not nice.
I'm gonna poke you.
Okay, hold up. What is going on, Darrell? You got a whole fancy name now.
And Dora got a fancy name.
Yeah, he got a fancy name. He got the hieroglyphics. What is that? Hold up. We got a...
He's a red and pie. I want to eat the world.
You gonna eat the words?
Yes, I'm gonna eat it. It looks like chicken.
It look like chicken?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat it in my mouth.
You gonna eat it?
Yep.
Oh. There's... Okay. So the computer work, right? The computer work was... Baby, stop. Okay. Well, I guess before I throw everything in the trash, it's funny, I think it was 111 media files of Bear. So I really try to do this once a month, and I think I slacked. There was 111 like photos of Bear that were just sitting on my phone. I can't even get it unplugged, but I just put them on my terabyte. I have pictures before he was born, or like at the hospital. So he has, like, literally, not every moment, but it's pretty much like that. A lot of stuff. And on this new phone, 100 and what, 20 something gigs? I don't know how many gigs are on here. I'm already getting the message, you got too much stuff on here. Never mind. No, I'm gonna say. So I started with the Bear stuff, and then like I leave like some of my collaboration videos that are like 5 minutes on here. I had to delete those too. But so we just got done putting all... Oh no, we don't want that. It hides behind the trash. That's some BS. Stank ass. What? Bro. How do you... Okay, I moved this to the trash. It's right behind the trash. This image. How do y'all get... Hey. How do y'all get the... Bro, that was straight up booty crack. I moved it to the trash and then went behind the trash. I'm like deleting all of these pictures right now from my downloads so the computer don't act crazy. But we're gonna get into some pom-pom making, so just bear with me. There was over 111 photos, bro. Love you too. Okay, I think we're done. So check this out. Go follow Confidential Goods, the Facebook and Instagram, if you're on there. Like, I'm trying not to be on there because, you know, they crazy with sharing data and stuff. So I did a mass post on my craft page, and it's of all of the hats and stuff I made. So if you have not seen yet, I'm gonna just blow these pictures up really quick. And these are my presets. Let me know if you like my presets. I've been using them for years. Hey everybody. What the hell is that? I didn't ask for that. Excuse me. Okay. I need to flip this stuff over so y'all don't see I have like mailing information and shit. While the computer is up, I need to order some t-shirt or sweatshirts. If anybody is interested in this sweatshirt, I got another order and I've only been doing like one sweatshirt at a time. If you'd like this sweatshirt, going hard till I'm in the tune.
Look at this.
What happened to it? The book? You put a sticker on it? This is the back. These sweatshirts right now,
Black on it.
these are like 40. They're all designed by me. I got another order for them. And I ship priority, so I'll be sending those out. But let me know if you like those, because I'm about to place an order for some more sweatshirts. And it's cheaper if I can buy more than one at a time. So let me know if you like that one. You playing. You're supposed to be cleaning up in there. So these are my presets too, y'all. I took pictures to put on the website of my hat and scarf sets. Come on now. Come on. Like, let's be for real. These are my presets. And then these are other things. These are the other 2 hats I made. 3 hats. My bad. These are all, I'm doing good. These are all on the website. The hats are 40. Oh yeah, make sure you like. Thank you for the likes already, y'all. The T-Man is in the house. But yeah, so these are, bye. Don't squish your box, babe. Hats, these hats, the whole website has been updated. Okay. I was gonna try something new today. I need to put y'all on my tripod. Ooh. It's been a long day. We did the newsletter too. So if you're not subscribed yet, my awesome admin linked my website down. Only for a few more days, my entire website, my rugs, my hats, everything is 20% off until January 31st. And then all of my Valentine stuff goes on sale. So we got earrings, we got hats, paintings, everything on the website, I have handmade. So I really appreciate it if you want to support. I'm going to put y'all on the tripod. We got to order this sweatshirt really quick. What was I about to do? We're going to make a pom-pom hat. So, I may need a leather needle. This might be a little scary. I really don't know how I'm going to do this. And I hope that it stays here. Or it stays intact. So, there were several things I needed to do before starting this live because I needed to use my phone. So I'm going to show y'all. We have color palettes, and you guys are going to help me choose the color palettes. Okay. So these are screenshots, right? These are my color palettes. We're going to get to that in a second. Let me put y'all on the tripod. Don't come on my hair. I washed it and I put like little rubber bands because like I got interrupted. I was actually going to try to do a twist out. So I'm going to re-wet it and then try to twist it. So I'm like, I already wanted the hair separated. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put y'all on my tripod. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. The type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. Yeah. Yes. Aren't you cleaning? Silly goose. I'm a silly bear. Okay, we need to go to the website to order a sweatshirt. Where are my orders? I'm gonna reorder. If anybody, I'm serious, please comment here, send me a Cash App. My Cash App is confidential goods, all one word, confidential goods, if you are interested. So the sweater is 40 right now, and then the shipping I do is like $12 because whatever it is. Steve, what's up? If anybody's interested in getting like this or any of my other black sweatshirts made, let me know. Going hard till I'm in the tomb. I'm about to order another large. I only have these in small in my stock right now. But if you're interested, please send the Cash App now. Like this is kind of like the deadline. Otherwise, you got to wait another week. I'm going to buy another sweatshirt. So I can't let you see my billing information, right? Or unless it's saved. Another. Want us to print and press your design? No. What does that mean? See, if I spend $50, then I would get free shipping. So if anybody wants to get another sweatshirt made, I'm just trying to get a large. Come on. Add to cart. Oh, it's $59 or $60? How much do you have to spend to get free shipping? Where to view cart? No, why does it keep trying to ship there? I wish they still offered free shipping. What was that? You be careful over there, Munka. I'm gonna just use PayPal to check out really quick. One large. Okay, PayPal. Okay, we're buying that. Well, I think there's money on my PayPal. So it won't hurt. It's girl math, so it won't hurt as bad. Okay, it's processing. No, I don't want the survey. I don't need a transfer. Like they really, it's cool. This website now offers. Oh shit, this is coming tomorrow. It's cool that they offer DTF transfers. You don't have any ideas? I don't know. I haven't checked with the printer. I had to do so much, man. I'm still waiting on like one business to get me my taxes back. What are y'all talking about? Pablo, do you suck dick? Pablo must suck dick. That's why he's asking. Okay, I need to screenshot this. My receipt. I always screenshot my receipts. So let me shift command 4. We brought that. I have to cancel that tour. I was actually going to go on a tour today to look at a different space. I think I might end up just doing a storage unit and just focusing more on the craft stuff. I like working for myself as a contractor doing yoga because these gyms will start you at like horrible pennies worth, and they only base it off of like people who have only been teaching for like 1 to 3 years, and I'm someone who's been teaching yoga for almost a decade, so I'm not going to accept pay for somebody who only has experience between 1 to 3 years. You know what I mean? So one of my friends says they're opening up a studio. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but they contacted me, so that's cool. Otherwise, I'll just be focusing on more virtual appointments. I mean, if you want to watch it, you can watch this. We're going to be doing some crafting stuff. So we literally just brought a t-shirt, or I mean a sweatshirt. We do craft stuff. Sometimes there's trolls in here and they just need to be put in place, because I don't understand why we come in with an attitude and it's not even the afternoon yet. I don't know. I'm just a really honest person. Like, just don't get on my nerves. There's no point. There's no point to just start an argument with somebody you don't even know, like, in real life. Why? Okay, we ordered that. I need to tell them I can't go because Grandma kind of messed it up. We needed to borrow the car because I had an appointment today and I have another one tomorrow. I need to go to my Gmail and just tell them I can't make it. So yeah, I was thinking I'm probably gonna just end up going to a storage unit, and then that's how I'll be able to just keep my inventory, and it'll be easier because it's 24-hour access. My lease is up in 2 months, so I gotta start planning a U-Haul and stuff. I don't know if anybody's local in Wisconsin, but I'm probably gonna sell my TV. I don't have a need for a TV. Because I usually am watching stuff on my computer. My son uses the iPad. Carrie has his own computer. I have a projector. that we don't keep a whole lot of screens in the house on. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell them I'm not gonna be able to make it today. I gotta email them. Bless you, baby. Cause they wanted, I think, 500 to 600 something for it. Oh yeah, they messaged me like 2 hours ago. Yeah, I'm just responding to their email really quick. All right. Yeah, I wish I was in Canada too, man. I literally could drive there, right? Where would I end up? I think it was Montreal when I was looking at the map. Where's the border for that? So like kind of where I'm at, my family owns land in Ashland, Wisconsin, and they don't do shit with it. But I think it's like when I lived up north a little bit more, it was about a 6-hour ride just to go to the like tippy top of Wisconsin. That was 6 hours. So maybe 2 more hours and you end up in Canada. 8-hour ride, possibly. You need to be quiet. Okay, yeah, I had to tell them I have to reschedule or something. Yeah, I know I sent y'all money. I hate when they send you an email. You authorized a payment. I sure did. Okay, what is this? I'm just checking my mail really quick. I'm going to show y'all. So, we're going to be doing a pom-pom hat. I keep getting notifications for that. They must really need people. You know, Spanish. I took 2 years of Spanish. And then I took 2 years of Latin. Because, like, Latin was, like, the main language before it kind of split into different sub-languages. Is that correct or no? Whatever the history was, we had to learn the history of Latin. And then we actually... What's up?
My book's over here.
It's looking good up in there, babe. You just got the books left. Okay. So... I'm gonna close this off. I gotta do those product review videos too, so... Procrastinating a little bit. It's literally almost a week until I have my market. Like last night, early morning... Is Daddy awake? Go wake up Daddy.
Daddy, wake up.
Nana, come here. It's good, baby. Okay, so this was the swatch. Okay, let me grab this stuff really quick. I'm gonna put y'all over here. I'm actually gonna be making a blue hat soon. Where is that hat? I have a hat. Hold on, y'all. Really quick. Ow. Yikes. What is all this? There's a lot of different clothes up there. Okay. Everything's spilling out. Okay, so check this out. This is the hat. This is the hat I'm making. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a cute, like navy blue. Not navy blue, what is that? Varsity blue. This is, because remember I had to get a big old blue skein. It made more sense instead of buying like a bunch of smaller skeins. I think this is like 3 skeins in one, the big old peanut ones. So I got, you need something for your art? Or you want a color? It looks good, babe. I'm gonna do a blue hat with white stripes. You can see the white yarn next to the blue. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do an army green and pink hat. But today I was thinking, so I have this hat And I made it into a mama hat. I don't want to hurt my fingers. I have embroidered these types of hats, but it can hurt your feelings. Your fingers. Ooh, brain is not on. So this is just what keeps the hat plump, puffed out instead of like falling in. I started saving these just because it looks better for presentation at markets. So I save the little plastic pieces and put them back in once I'm done working on them. But what is it? This actually may be okay. So I was thinking we're going to try to color match. I'm going to show you the mama hat. I have to find it. I made a hat. It said mama on it. I embroidered. So I usually embroider these hats when I get these hats in. This was like 2 years ago because I was going to do a lot of hats, but embroidering hats takes a lot of time. That's why you usually just see people putting like little flowers and stuff on the side of the hats, and they're pretty plain because they can hurt your fingers. And nobody tells you this, but was it beeswax and using a leather needle to help pierce this type of texture can save your fingers. Use a thimble, use these type of finger grips so you're not getting needle indents on your finger. Use these types of, not a thimble like the other ones you know, but with a plate, a metal plate, and to help you push your needles through. So I'm thinking of lining the bottom part with just pom-poms, like the mini ones. They may be like this big. And then I was like, what if I just did the front of the hat? Or what if I did the whole hat in pom-poms? I feel like that might be too much. I was going to just go with the line here. So that's why I said y'all can help me choose what the color palette is going to be. And we'll try to match colors with what I already got. So, yeah, I did a mama hat. It's actually, I did it a few years ago, so we would be scrolling on my Instagram for a minute. It's looking so good up in there. Get your chair out and then you can watch some TV. Bear's learning how to clean up on his own. You're playing with clay. I have like 3 tubs of clay. Okay, finish your books. You're almost done. So yeah. Which color palette? Let's go all the way back here. Which color palette matches?
Mommy.
Yes. It almost looks like this first one. Or should we add purple? You know what I mean? Or should we do these? Or should we do green? Which colors would look best? You like number 2? I have tans because I'm kind of leaning between these two. Oops. I don't want it to focus too much on the hat so you can see the colors a little bit better. Purple. So if we go with purple, okay. So if we do those, then, because I'm going to make mini pom-poms, and then to tie them off, I'm going to use embroidery floss. I'm not sure how this is going to work. You're supposed to be putting them away. You like number 1. See, that's what I'm saying. It's more mature. Marketing to more mature people. Not saying it like that, but like, you know, older people would be like tans and that deep wine color. The middle one and the other few kind of seem like a younger crowd. But I feel like if you did tans, that's more neutral and people can kind of, you know. So I'm looking at my needles. I don't got needles with fat heads. They're all really skinny. These are my embroidery needles, and they're all bent.
Help me.
You need some help. You're doing good. You're putting your books on your shelf. So, if I can tie it off and leave a really long string, then I should be able to put the two ends through one of these needles. So I might just do, so for anybody that doesn't know, embroidery floss has 6 strands. I might just tie the pom-poms with 2 strands so it's easier to feed through here. Put those through, so that'll be 4 strands because there'll be 2 ends, if that makes sense. And feed them through here. So I don't know how this is gonna work. It's not gonna use up a lot of it's not gonna use up a whole lot of yarn because these will be mini pom-poms. If you haven't seen a mini
See, that's squeaky cleaner.
Squeaky clean. It looks so good, babe. This is a mini pom-pom. Hey, you almost don't see the needle. This is what a mini one looks like. You've seen me use my jumbo one. This is a mini pom-pom maker.
Mini pom-pom?
Mini pom-pom.
No, thanks.
Gotta practice opening and closing it, because that's gonna be hard once it gets really full. Thinking of other fun things, because I'm doing a market at a library next week. So I'm just trying to pull this apart and put it back together a couple times. My jumbo one's loose because we've done over 100 pom-poms with my jumbo one. The jumbo one's usually the pom-poms size you see for hats. Is Daddy getting up?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna pick out colors. If we were with this hat, that color is in both of them if you look at it. That color, or actually it's in, oops, it's actually in 3 of them. The color of the hat is right there, there, and there, actually. So something like that. But between these 2, I want to do some speckled pom-poms. I don't want them to be all the same color. So I'm going to be mixing, it's just going to be maybe 3. I got this. So y'all can see.
I left a gun. I left my gun over here.
Your shooter?
Yeah, like this gun. Ring, gang, 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 gang. I left my gun.
You left it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
I just left it.
He just left it.
Oh, make a mess.
Where's all of my
Can
pink?
I see me?
Yes, baby.
Let me see. Oh.
Where's my pink? Baby, okay, I got it.
I got it. Just look at me.
You are doing a good job.
Oh, I'm not breaking it?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Let me log you in. You ain't finished your donut. Don't you want some donut? I love you, Carrie.
Love you too, Carrie.
Okay, take your donuts with you.
Only?
Mm-hmm. My wheels caught it. So if I were to do, you're colorblind? It's like maroon. What do you say? It's a dusty, rustic kind of, it's not rust red, but it's a, what would you describe this as, chat? So I'm just trying to find complementary yarns. I think that would look nice in a pom-pom. The red and the pink is looking nice. But should we add a splash of a third color? Like, what if we just did... What if we just did these 2? Pink and wine? Maybe. Is this the pink tan. I have a regular tan. I have a pink tan. I think we might just do 2 colors. That might be too much, even with a small winder. So we're gonna try out.
Definitely sticking with fireworks. So now we just need some rockets.
Okay, let me turn it down for the Happy Okay, let me know if y'all can hear that or not. We're gonna stick to 2 colors. And I need, where did I put my, I'm gonna put this hat up. I need to find my specific scissors to cut this. Did I put them in here? Where I took them out. Where the heck they at? Now I gotta go pee too. Or did I put them in here? No, I was sewing with these. I can't find my scissors. Are they up here? Okay. These are the sharpest scissors I have that will cut pom-poms. So cannot lose these. All right, we're gonna start. We finally got the pink to feed. Like, you have to do it a while. Hey, Real Odds and Evens is in the house. So now the pink is feeding good. It was getting all stopped up. Now it's feeding good. These should go relatively quick, and then we're gonna need to find, before we get too excited, a floss that matches. I'm gonna look for like my generic flosses. The ones that just came in them cheap Amazon kits. I don't have any colors. Because, like, they don't come with none of those. If you know what I'm talking about, when you work with embroidery floss, they have that little white card with the numbers on it. These were the cheap Amazon ones, and they just came in a loop. And once you start unraveling, there isn't anywhere to put them. So I have, like, these micro clothespins, and these have no color to identify. So pretty much once you use this up, you need to plan your projects that this is exactly what you need. So I have a couple of those, but I'm gonna see if I've got like maybe a red, or I don't want to use a good yarn, if that makes, I hope I'm making sense. I'm not gonna use one. I'm gonna have to go back and like a popular yarn I usually use. So we're gonna do a mini pom-pom. You need to sit back, baby. And we're gonna try a different technique. So I'm just going to spread them out. And we'll do a little cut. This is gonna be a lot. I actually cut myself with this, but it didn't go all the way through. That's crazy. When I was at the shop and I was making pom-poms to finish off my, I'm not flipping you off. When I was finishing off like the pom-poms to go on the scarf, on my middle finger, there's a line right there going across, and it grazed it, but it didn't bleed. So, yeah, they call it floss. Skeins of yarn are the big, this is a skein of yarn. I don't really know. I'm not an expert. I just want to use the correct terminology so people don't get mad at me. I was looking for the whatever it was. You know what I mean? And I couldn't find it when I went there and I said, I need this. And they looked at me crazy. I'm just trying to use kind of the correct terminology. So this is like my, who's racing? Who's racing? Who's racing? I think it's going to pick up. Yep, black pickup. I don't know if y'all heard that. This is kind of the, what we going for. We're going to kind of skip around. Did Daddy leave yet? Okay, sit back, baby. I'll turn it up when the heat kicks in. Trying to separate my floss a little bit better. Something like that. That might look cool. I don't know. LOL. As a child, I think I tried that. So this is what I'm kind of doing. Skipping. It depends if you have a skinny. So I was explaining, embroidery floss comes in 6 strands. The more strands, the stronger it can uphold. The less strands, probably the weaker the thread, right? Okay, now the heat's on. I'm gonna turn it up. You guys sit back in your chair though, okay, baby? I'll be right back. Sit back. Sit back. Is it really loud? We're gonna just have to get mic'd up because like this is crazy. I'm stepping all over my yarn. See, the thing is, I'm waiting for this to charge. We got 2 more percents. This is gonna unravel. We're gonna prepare ourselves with a microphone. Every time the heat kicks in, it gets real loud. Or he can't hear it. His iPad. He did schooling today. He's learning like words that start with TH, words that start with CH, and words that start with SH. Okay, I'm trying to talk loud so they don't get mad at me. This is educational purposes. We are not streaming the content on the TV. We are simply making pom-poms. Because, you know, YouTube try to be on booty with that. That's kind of cute. Now I'm going to try to go over each red area with pink. This is just one pom-pom we're trying out, y'all. I have no idea how many layers I'm supposed to do. I'm assuming you would probably want to use this for just one strand or one color to make it easier, but why would we make it easier, right? Right? Right. Okay, now we are back to this red. We're using wine red. I got the TV on max. We're using wine red to wind up our yarn. This is about 3 layers. We kind of scattered it. You want to make sure you get the bald spots, right? Oh, it's looking like that. I honestly feel like you could fit one more color. One more pink. I don't know what to do, but I need to bridge it soon to the other side. Maybe it don't have to be that puffy. I don't know what I should do. Does this look full enough? Yeah, it's probably full enough. I don't see no yellow, so this is just a trial and error pom-pom. I'm also going to be making pom-pom earrings, y'all. I got to see how much supplies I have left of like my earring stuff because I make earrings. I usually do embroidered earrings. But we're going to try some pom-pom earrings. Yada, yada, yada. It's still only 98%. I'm trying to get this charged because it'd be like 1 or 2% off, and I don't want to mess up my battery low key. Okay, so I tried to spread those out. Switching back to pink. Robbie having the craziest dreams. I don't know why. It'd be making me wake up upset, like angry. But then I'd be grateful it's not real life that be happening. It'd be like a whole movie, bro. Like, what did I even do? Okay, now we're just filling in the gaps. Trying to get pink in between those gaps. A lot of cars outside today. So we bridged it. I'm going to cut it again. This is how our pom-pom's looking. What did I eat before I went to bed? LOL. So I went to Chick-fil-A. I had like a Caesar salad. I just made that for dinner. And then I usually wait for Carrie to get home and I'll get like a snack. Because he'll usually ask, if he doesn't pick something up, he'll ask if I can get him something. But like his mom had grabbed, like he got like a burrito or something. And I'm like, well, I need my little sweet treat. I'm a forever chocolate girly. So I got my chocolate shake from Chick-fil-A and I got like fries. Somebody said they changed the recipe. It's still 98%, bro. What's good? Probably a shake. Shake coulda did it. A shake coulda done it. I told her so. People be really nasty. So this is crazy. This is why I have not tried to be on Facebook, because how nasty people can be. And I'm like, goodness. At least when they are ribbing you or roasting you on TikTok, it's funny. These people are just blatantly angry people. So this guy was talking about, I've worked, and I've worked in both of these areas. I've had to travel through both of these areas. Bro is on here going on about, what did they do? He was jammering about how, and I still don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, they switch. Yeah, they bad for that. Okay, I'm gonna just jazz this up, and we'll just do one more layer of pink. He was going on about, and these drawings that they have around the neighborhood. Okay, let me turn this down. Sit back, baby. All right, sit back. Now that the house is warmed up, the heat usually kicks off. So this nigga is jammering about, yeah, and they have like, they wasted all this money. Is my nose still trying to bleed? I have like a weird nosebleed. It's been really dry here. I need red. He was jammering about they wasted like $4,000 and they have all of this like crude art all around the neighborhood. Mind you, this is like what it sounded like he's complaining about the murals. And my friend, who's a business owner in South Milwaukee, she raised money for the muralists to be paid a fair wage to make this art that you get to drive by. There's a martial arts building, and they got like Bruce Lee. Somebody painted Bruce Lee on there. There's something by this like coffee and milkshake shop that she was able to get a local artist to paint. That looked like a peppermint almost, right? And he's jammering about that. Then I commented, are you talking about literally what I just said? Are you talking about the murals around South Milwaukee where the artists were actually paid a fair wage to create? No, I'm talking about this. So why are you mad? Then he brings up something in his very long, this is why Facebook is just full of old, angry people that want to fight online. but too scary to do it in person. Then he starts talking about, okay, it's horrible, regardless, however you look at it. We're talking about art. His comment was about art, and I had to clarify, were you talking about the murals? He said, no, I guess it's something else that happened in South Milwaukee. Then he brings up, this is crazy. Not to mention, there was a dead body found or left unfound for like a week or something like that in South Milwaukee. And I said, I didn't even care about what he was talking about at that point. But then I said, but South Milwaukee is still way safer than Milwaukee, let's be honest. No, it's not. All you have to do to know if a neighborhood is safe, you can look up the zip code, but pretend you're going to switch your, if it's within the state, pretend you're going to switch, or like you're moving, put a zip code in and see what the insurance rate is. The insurance rate was insanely cheaper in South Milwaukee than Milwaukee. That's the one way to be able to tell if a neighborhood is going to be safe or not. But anyway, he's talking about a dead body. Trigger warning, my fault. Yes, that is unfortunate, like I said earlier. But like, the cops in Milwaukee, they will not do chases. They don't do chases no more. They don't really care if you rob a place. They may come and try to investigate. Maybe they find a person. If you steal a car, they ain't found the people that did it to me. This is all in Milwaukee. I travel through Milwaukee. I don't live in Milwaukee. But you're going to say that one thing. At least, see, there's nothing like this in Milwaukee. South Milwaukee seems really progressive in their efforts of actually trying. He complaining about the wrong things. They actually have a vending machine with Narcan and other life-saving free products that you can just click and it's outside, so anybody has access to it. You can comment down below, because I know we're all from different states. Does your city offer a vending machine with Narcan and other life-saving products to the general public? Yep, exactly. They gonna stay in Milwaukee. That's why the crime rate's high. That's why insurance is high. As soon as you go to South Milwaukee, you'll see your insurance rate drop. There's nothing really to worry about in South Milwaukee. And I've been in that area for like 4 or 5 years. I ain't live over there, but my studio was over there. And I lived around there. I used to travel through there. Traveling through Milwaukee is inevitable if you kind of live over here. I want to go to the bars. You do not need to go to no bars down there. Unless you're doing an Uber, there is no point in trying to do nothing down there. Nothing. Okay, we got to find, that was my rant, but like, I don't know what he was complaining about. You're mad about seeing artwork? Meanwhile, somebody else is mad they can't find their car. Get your priorities straight. Straight is what they say. Okay, so we were going to do the cheap embroidery floss. This one I'm going to show y'all. This is my good embroidery floss. It comes with the little white labels, right? You see them? The yarn or the floss is wrapped around the white labels, so it's easy for you to identify when you need to go back in store and get more floss. I got a cheap kit off of Amazon. I think it came with hoops or something at one point in time. I don't remember the kit exactly. All right, sit back, baby. Where did that floss go? I'm gonna be mad if I moved it. Did I for real move this? I gotta pee too. This ain't good. We gonna take a field trip, y'all. We take a 10-minute break. What did bro be saying? I gotta go look. Or did I put it in here? Was I smart? Maybe I put it. Okay. Whew. I thought we were gonna have to go in my closet. The closet, there's no light in the closet. So I'm gonna turn this off. I actually brought it out. Okay. So like this is the cheap floss. that comes in like this. Huge difference. I'm doing good. How are you? Huge difference in the quality just by looking at it like this. It didn't always look like this, but after you use up the yarn, this ain't gonna hold nothing. This cheap little waistband, waist trainer for this floss, it's gonna start looking like just a ball of a boo-boo. A ball of boo-boo. I'm trying to find a color close to either the pink. I love pink yarn. I love pink anything. So we're probably gonna, we'll just use this as our single. Why am I still like feeling congested and all that? You need more donut, baby?
No.
Okay, sit back, love. We're gonna, this is a micro pom-pom we're gonna cut up. Hey now, stay down. Yeah, as I was cutting the pom-pom, that's what I had nicked my finger last time. Looks kind of cool. The type of shit you wouldn't understand. Yeah. Okay. So we cut our pom-pom. Now we can see what it looked like on the hat. That looks nice. 2 colors. Cool. I think 3 colors would have been too complicated, and this is just way too small to be trying to do all of that. I need to, if I make pom-pom ears, see, I have too many ideas. I always get so frantic during, I'm gonna turn my computer off. I'm gonna show you in a second, Steve, but I always get so frantic. Okay, what do I need to make? What should I make? What would be like something nice and small that I could bring that's not gonna be too bulky? Because this is only like a 3-hour market, and like, as you can see, I care a lot. But yeah, I was gonna show you, Steve, or anybody else that's new that just joined the live. So we were picking colors. These are screenshots from my phone, and then I airdropped them to my computer since I'm live and I wouldn't be able to look at my screen. And we kind of picked out the family of colors, and we just chose, this is a slightly different red than the other red I was using. Like I was explaining, these are 2 different reds, by the way. And I grabbed these when I was making the Courage rug a while back. Note to self, just don't return your yarn. You're going to find a reason to use it. I think I returned yarn once, but then I realized you'll find some projects. And it's always good just to have extra on hand. This was the swatch list I was telling y'all about, if that matters. But one of them is burgundy and one of them is wine for those colors. Yeah, so they're burgundy and wine. I can't, unless I put the yarn up to it, because I tape. This is how I keep track of my yarns. The ones I want to keep in stock, I'll tape a little piece and then put the name and brand next to it. I know it might be blurry, but if that helps anybody, that's how I keep track of my yarn. Because once they get in cake form, it's kind of hard, you know. Especially if it's a color you haven't worked with in a long time. I'll forever remember that this is soft pink, whatever it's called. I think it's called soft pink. Let me see. Light rose, my fault. Soft pink is that super baby pink color. Anyway, I don't want to get y'all confused. This is light rose. This pink I'm always using is light rose. Okay, we're going to try to, I'm going to make extra long flosses. It just doesn't feed well when you got this little waist trainer. I was making a joke. This is not quality. If you are an embroidery person, or you need small flosses, always stick with the brand DMC. DMC you can find in the stores. I'm pretty sure at all craft stores. And they have their own website. Because I don't know what brand this is. I'm gonna do, this is gonna last me pretty much all pom-poms. Actually, this will last me 3 pom-poms. So I'm splitting it, and I'm gonna do 2 strands. The little unravel's kind of cool. Okay. So that kind of matches the light rose. We're trying to find a color that blends in. Okay, this is on 100. Now we can use, and the heat's about to kick in. Now he can have his TV as loud as he wants. Hopefully y'all can hear it. It's not ruffling too much. But we're going to take this floss and we're going to put it through. This is my first tester, so if this doesn't work, that's kind of a fuck up, you know? And we'll use it for something else maybe. So I'm going to tie it. I'm going to tie it with embroidery floss rather than using yarn to tie it. We're going to tie it with embroidery floss. 1 and 2. So we did 2 and should stay. Now that's 4. I'm going to have to lick them. So trigger warning if that weirds you out. I'm going to have to lick my floss. So I'm going to show y'all the pom-pom. I got all this in my lap. How stable is this? Pretty stable. Nothing too much coming out looking crazy. It's already 12, man. It's so crazy how fast they go. So I did a mass post on my Instagram of all my current stuff. And I think that's just how I'm gonna go at it. I'm gonna see if the algorithm fucks with me on Instagram or if it's still a hating app. But here we go. Trigger warning. If you don't like spit, talk to her, you know, type shit. Joke. Steve, what's up? There's 2 Steves in here, y'all. Need a needle. We're gonna see, yikes, if this can fit. No, is this the right one? Or am I chopped? Usually because I'm chopped. I think that was the needle I was gonna use. I need one with a bigger eye. All right, y'all, moment of truth, if this even makes sense. Let's see if this works. It actually pokes through. Don't want to stab myself because, you know, that hurts like a monkey nut. Wait, why aren't you pulling? Why isn't this pulling? Bear with me. I need to pull this through manually, not with the eye of the needle. We're actually working on a hat right now. A lot of extra yarn or just material from the hat on the inside that is getting in the way. So pull that through. Save your needle. Try not to lose your needle. Scariest thing, do not leave your needle in your mouth if it's not attached to any type of floss. That is so scary. Somebody in a Facebook group, this is why I'm like, Facebook is toxic. Not toxic. It is toxic, but like some stuff is just like, ugh. Lady posts that she swallowed a needle. I don't know what it's for. I'm gonna use the baby ones um for this hat. Yeah, I gotta if we spiritual in here, I gotta get the download first. I had this vision a few days ago of how I wanted to use this hat. We gotta try to get the yarn as close as we can, or I'm sorry, get the floss as close as we can, so it's not a droopy pom pom, you know? Yeah, no. I had like a supervisor that used to say that. Yeah, no. Sit back, baby. We're on the other microphone. We're gonna leave the strings loose. I have no space. I have like no table space, and I have to pee. So we're probably gonna take a little intermission. Um, I'm gonna charge this. I need to charge my other microphone because me and my brother were the last to use this. Okay, so we're gonna leave this. Or what I was just saying earlier, we're just gonna leave the strings loose, or not loose. Leave them dangled, so then I can come behind the inside of this brim. It's not going to be touching their skin, and maybe add some glue just to hold it. So we're gonna make a pom pom hat. That's a nice kind of neutral thing. Oh yeah, and we were supposed to turn this computer off anyway. We're gonna come back to making pom poms quit preview, and we're gonna put all of these in the trash. And let's make sure we empty the trash. I was saying earlier, my phone was like running out of space. There is, oh no, we don't want to restart shutdown. There was over 100 photos I needed to download of Bear to my terabyte. My ice is trying to melt. We need to drink this up. Every time I try to joke with the people at this particular Dunkin', the people, there's like either a walk in Dunkin' or a drive through Dunkin'. And since it's cold, I've been trying to do the drive through Dunkin'. I never know. They're both port C's or whatever. Um, I try to joke with people, and then it's like not fun when people don't want to joke with you. So I'm like, I'm ordering my coffee, and why my coffees be looking different colors? Because some places only put 3 sugars, and some places that know you will put 4 sugars and creams and 4 whatever when it's a large drink. And I'd be like, this is bitter. It's because they only put 3 in. So now I know to specify put 4 in. Real ones know that, and they'll automatically do it. But like if it's somebody who hasn't taken your order yet, make sure you say 4 if you ever get a large. Yes, May. Okay, I'm gonna charge this with my lamp. My lamp has a little my lamp, as long as you keep it on, has a little USB on it. So to answer your question, we're gonna see, let's see if this plugs in. And I'm gonna go potty. This stinking port, I don't, is it smashed up in there? Always be giving me boo boo. Okay, that was the right cord. I want to put goods on there maybe. This hat will definitely not be ready by next week unless I fixate on it, because I've embroidered hats in three days. If you've seen my Be Kind hats, you've seen the Be Kind stickers and the totes and stuff. Those are like prints that are already made. You can print on demand with those, right? And you can put them on t-shirts, any type of canvas, right? But when I would do hats, it would just look ugly if I just put a vinyl over it. So I like to stitch the fronts. I think it makes it look way cooler. So we're just gonna, as we go, we're gonna see how high the pom poms are, because typically you want the words to sit like maybe right here. So I don't want the words to be too hidden or about to touch the pom pom, depending on how big the pom pom is. The pom poms look like they coming up about here, so it might be just underneath. I don't know. Blessing. So when I do embroidered hats, hats are a booger. Hats are a booger to embroider. This is why I say you should get a leather needle, and why I was talking about that earlier. These divides, the little cross, darker stuff, very hard to stitch through. Very hard to keep your lines clean. So I did Be Kind, I've done Goods, I've done Mama. I usually do shorter words or shorter designs because embroidering over that is really hard on your fingers. So I need to go potty. I will be right back. Let me turn this off really quick. back, I made Bear some donuts too. All right, now sit back, baby. Sorry, that was kind of loud in the microphone. So that's why I'm not going to say I've never. On that mama hat, that's kind of funny. On that mama hat, I did embroider confidential goods. I did mama on the front, and then I did confidential goods and an arch on the back. And I had to like um tweak the design to make sure it was able to arch over there. It was really small, so yeah. I love that hat though. That hat that I made. Bro, so like why had I didn't get a it was a little bit of bloody nose. It wasn't like leaking a whole lot. It's just been really dry over here. Bro, I'm trying to do because I'm getting over this cold. I'm trying to do this. If you've ever done one of them salt nasal saline salt rinses or whatever. I have not made any pens. I gotta get the printer straightened out. Um, what was I saying? I did like the nasal rinse where you put like Himalayan salt and water and you put it in the little genie jar and you gotta tilt your head. The water and salt is going into one nostril, and if you know how your nasal cavity works, it's supposed to drip out the other end. Well, I got like a bloody nose from doing that. Don't know how. That was cute. I'm like, okay, I'm getting right over this cold. Let me just sounds nasty. Let me just try to get like this nasty phlegm out. Then you should just be able to blow your nose. Got a bloody nose. I was like, oh, okay. That was really crazy. Once my printer gets like sorted out, I don't know if she just need to chill out. She was doing a lot, maybe. Then you need a printer to make pins. Not you don't need, but like to make a reoccurring design. I've just kind of been like a chicken, what they say, a chicken with their head cut off. Right now, I'm trying to do some quick, simple stuff. Requires little to no technology. You can make a pom pom. You don't need Wi-Fi to make a pom pom. What? This person is still contacting me. They're the fake admin, I'm pretty sure. And I sent this to my friend, and she confirmed that that is not the correct person to be talking to about this market if you're interested in doing it. Needs to go down. And they're still contacting me. They're like, are you interested in a booth? Sounds like you're ready to book. I'm not going to give you my information, my money. I got two different prices. That's what it's looking like. Um, what shop would I take it to? I got it from Best Buy. But they're making things where you can't just get them fixed. They want you to keep buying stuff. So I don't know if that could be an issue too. I think we talked about that too on my channel. Even my landlord, because I was telling y'all about the laundry situation. So he had came over to fix something. And I asked him about the laundry. I'm like, can you just hook up your laundry that's already machine sitting down there? And bro's like, see, it's expensive to get it fixed. So I would just buy new. I'm like, oh, okay, you just think I got all this money, okay? That's what I think. It's probably just old ink that's getting settled at the bottom. Geek Squad, I don't even know if I trust Geek Squad anymore. I gave them my computer, do you remember? I said this before, like when Apple came out with the gold MacBook, it was not a MacBook Air, it was not a MacBook Pro. They came out with a gold MacBook for $1,200. I saved all of my Home Depot checks while still living on my own, or this like when I first started living on my own. And I'm like, I need to get me an Apple computer so that because I was graduating from, you remember the Acer notebooks? I was making websites on the Acer notebook. My dad taught me how to make websites really young. So I was just playing around. And obviously, it was too much for a computer that size to handle. So I take it to Geek Squad, or I upgraded to the gold MacBook. MacBook start acting up. It don't even want to turn on no more. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Would not give me any money. So I wasted $1,200. I don't even remember how long I had that computer. I don't trust Geek Squad. Really don't know who I trust to look at electronics anymore. And I just handed over $1,200. I handed over a broken computer. The screen wouldn't turn on. I even handed the cord, and now everything is USB C. That's when they first came out with USB C for Mac. Funny as shit, man. I would have had two charging cords then. Because now I use, okay, I unplugged it. Now I use the same, because I ended up getting a MacBook Pro right before my son got here. And that has a USB-C port. So now with this new phone, it's the same cord I use to charge my computer and my phone with. But yeah, they just looked at me like I don't know what to do. Okay, you can't even internally look at it. They were good at back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, they was good back in the day. Now, Jesus take the wheel. I have no idea what's going on. This shit is not trying to stay in place because it's so small. Okay, we just bridged to the other side. This would be cool if I could finish the hat in one day. There's a lot of little embellishments I want to add. I'm gonna do confidential goods. I usually do that on the side. I'm gonna show you on the side. I usually do it on the side. So once this gets full of pom-poms on the side, like usually this area right here, I'll put confidential goods in vinyl or something like that, white vinyl. I already have some printed out, but we're gonna just see how big these pom-poms are and how close I need to make them. So every craft is a learning curve. We did the pom-pom rug. You want to make them close, but not too close. I'm going to see how to space these out. So we're almost done with our second pom-pom. We just bridged. Now we're adding, this was actually almost an exact match. These two strings, almost an exact match, if not pink and pink. Gotta tame the frayed loose ends as you snip. That's the one annoying thing about pom pom making. Make sure those ends stay in place. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember when my last live was, but I feel like I took Bear around the world on Monday. Monday is like when I try to get all of the annoying tasks, whether it be on the computer, engaging with humans, since I'm such a homebody, speaking to representatives, all of that garbage I try to get out of the way on Monday. Um, and like I said, I'm still waiting on my taxes. It's very time sensitive because I get mine done by a volunteer who does it at this facility, and it's like an income cap. You're in and out. It's a income cap, and they only have set availability. Oh, Sunday. It's already Wednesday. Yeah. So soon as Monday hit, that's when the portal to make an appointment to get your taxes done at this facility open. So I made sure I called earlier this month so I could be ready to sign up. And I'm going to be going in the middle of February because I'm like Kerry got all of his W-2 forms back. Why am I always waiting? So like I've been telling my mom I'm about to start cussing these people out. I haven't worked at this one place. This was like the last place I had, and it was still contractual work. I ain't worked with y'all since March. I remember one place I worked at, they gave me my tax information immediately because I they knew I was not coming back. So I hadn't worked at this one place I'm talking about right now since March, and I've been contacting them since like early January. I believe January 8th, because your phone saves everything, was my last, or no, my first initial time reaching out. And ever since then, I've been trying to contact them by email. And then like I hate when businesses pull the game and they say, "Well, we don't got to get your taxes to you until January 31st is when we're required to send it out." So, professionally speaking, why would you wait until the last minute to do that? Why do you think that's a smart idea? Because last year, this is how this company strung me along. And I don't care, I dox. Life wellness, lifting individuals forward every day. That was when I was a social worker. Way too much mental stress and not enough resources for those children. And then like the boss, Lawanda, was just like, you gotta like not worry about the kids like that. I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I hanging out with this child? I'm meeting with this child. It's going on in the afternoon. I said, have you eaten today? She said no. So immediately, as a parent, of course, I took her to get a little something, and it comes out of my pocket because they don't provide money to do that. So I'm like, you cool with the kids just going hungry? So if you've been following me, I got the studio, my community locally. Was it locally? Whoever I had, whoever had access to my Amazon wish list, I had people from all. I think some of my students that were in Las Vegas. Everybody had looked at my Amazon wish list, and I was able to keep snacks in the trunk of my car just in case I met with a child that didn't have food. And I'm just like, why isn't there like an allocated amount of money that can be set aside so that these children can be fed? Because how are they going to do if I'm working with this child and doing some tutor work? It always changed, right? How are they going to focus on an empty stomach? You gotta go potty? Go potty, baby. So that was a lot on my mental health, and I left life wellness. I ain't been, I got strung along. So I was there for like 2 tax periods. It's the last tax period. The year before, um, they hired me as a yoga instructor. You're going to be working with youth and doing like virtual yoga. That was the position that they advertised. I said, okay, cool, bet. This is your pay amount. I got paid that amount for 1 month, and then they didn't have no more yoga participants. And then they're like, well, you can be a mentor and then make less. So I'm like, why can't you just keep me at the same rate and I continue to be a mentor until more yoga positions open up? And they're like, we can't do that. Why? Aren't you the boss? There. Like, I just would have kept it as easy to do as for payroll, kept it as the same wage across the board. So I waited an entire year and they never got any more yoga people. And I'm working with these, trigger warning, these children. Within like a few weeks of knowing this child and doing like, she's not a child, they were like in their 20s, doing this intake form, the new client, meet them in person, get to know each other type of meeting, right? Trigger warning. She has a baby, two baby daddies. Oldest was like 5, youngest was like 6, 7 months at the time. Within weeks of knowing this person, she said the youngest baby's father, RIP, they came into his house and lit him up. So how am I supposed? You want me to get her out of the house? She's not trying to leave the house. That was something very traumatic that happened. Very unsafe neighborhoods I was going into. It was a lot on my mental health. So I stopped working there in March. It's kind of funny, but however you look at it, if you got dark humor, it was not funny in the heat of the moment. But if you've ever dealt with somebody, this is a different person, family. Have you ever dealt with somebody who has dementia? They have the family members will put rubber knobs on the door so they can't leave. The grandmother that was living with them would just leave the house, and I don't know what they were doing. Nobody told me this because you're supposed, when you do your initial meeting, you ask, are there any safety concerns I should be made aware of? Nobody said anything. The grandmother was like halfway staying with them, and I don't know where she was going the other times. But one time, I was waiting to meet with the child, and the grandmother was there. This is like really dramatic, y'all. The grandmother's there. The house smells like pee and poop. I'm like, this is a weird door, and I accidentally closed the door shut. The only way to get that rubber knob off is another family member. No, they have to hide the key away so she can't leave the house. This is a lot for the 3 children that were in that house because they already have their what? Oh, their taxes. This is a lot on the children. I was working with an 8-year-old girl, and the grandmother was calling her every name in the book. And then it's sad that the little boy would have to say, "Oh, that's just grandma. That's just how she talks. She has dementia. I wouldn't take it serious." Why is the little boy having to say that? Why are they exposed to that? Why isn't the grandmother in the home? This is where it got crazy because I said I accidentally closed the door shut, right? So it was me and the grandmother in like the living room, like by the front door. She starts to get up. Who are you? I'm just waiting, to meet with so and so. Take your ass outside. Why is the grandma talking to me like this? Like, that's why I said if you got dark humor, this may be funny, but it's take your ass. Let's go outside. I keep a taser on me. I'm not gonna carry no firearm, get in trouble for that, but I keep a taser on me. She starts walking towards me, and it wasn't until like the the child I was meeting with came downstairs and broke the concentration that the grandmother had on me. You don't get paid more for that. You don't get paid leave for situations like that. And at one point, I'm just like, you said in a year there was going to be a new contract in January of 2024 that there should be more yoga patients to be able to meet with, and I shouldn't be meeting with these high risk clients, you know? That never came. So by March, I'm like, I'm leaving. I don't want to do this anymore. So I ain't been there since March and I had to move. So I'm contacting this company since January 8th of this year. Hey, if you send the tax paperwork out, this is my new address. Can you please let me know you got this information? And like they're not checking their emails. So then I just start leaving hella voicemails. I'm like, bro, I want to make sure this gets to the right house because I have to set up and meet with a specific tax preparer, right? And people are going to work slow on their behalf because they don't got to. Last year, because I had said something, I don't like doing stuff on my birthday. I'm like, whatever, if you call that a superstition, I don't want to plan nothing stressful on my birthday. And I ended up like having to get my taxes prepared because this free program that does your taxes, they do business and personal taxes. So if you look in the area, there may be opportunities like that where y'all live. And like they only do it from like this week of January to like the second week of March. My birthday is March 5th. And that was the only day available. And I'm like, you mother. So I'm going to see if they have like a page. I'm for sure going to make a complaint. There needs to be better resources and safety for the contractors that they're sending to these houses because my life has been threatened. This person said they're going to put their hands on me. I'm here to do yoga, or I'm here to like take these. They had me as a mentor. I'm here to just take these kids to the library because they didn't have money, and we're gonna. I worked with the kids, teaching them how to read and stuff. Then the kids, I'm not gonna say they're ungrateful, but it got to a point. There was this 16-year-old girl. She just kept blowing me off. I'm like, so I'd rather be with my son if you're not gonna take this time seriously. This girl, this is a different story. This girl I was working with, I want to learn how to open my own like hair store and this. I said, this is a perfect match. I'm going to take you to my store and then I'm going to let you talk to all of the business owners. This is when everybody was kind of chill at the market. Now everybody's a little weird. And that's also why I'm thinking about leaving. Sit back, baby. And when I took her to my store and we hung out in my store, I fed her. I think no, never have money, even though I don't think she was working. I don't remember if she had a job or not. But I didn't mind, came out of my pocket. And I said, here, you can talk to anybody here and ask. There's going to be over 50 different stories you'll hear of how people started their businesses. And this, whoop, I'm putting this in backwards, so backwards. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. Stand by. You can talk to any of these people. And disrespectfully, this 16-year-old girl, at this point, you're 16. Why does my son have better manners than you? Every time, I'm talking to this person, so you got to make sure you got your EIN, you got to make sure you got this, you got that. Head is down, looking at the phone. She looking at shoes she want to buy. Oh, okay, I'm like, you definitely not serious and wasting my time that I could be spending with my son. I take the time that I miss from my son very seriously. So if I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't know if anybody feel like that, but Why am I going to be here when I could be enriching my own child's life? So that's why I just left, man. But I ain't been there since last March. I just want to make sure the right address is on there because I'm going to check the mail today. If my mail has my old address and it's been forwarded, I'm cussing them out because I gave you 3 weeks. The 8th, the 8th was second week of January. 1, 2, 3. It's now 4 weeks because it's the 29th today. If I see eventually when it comes through, they don't want to email it to me. That's the crazy thing. They will not email my tax information because they were able to do that last time. I said, I think it got lost. I don't know where it's at. Since I didn't live in Milwaukee, they always were questioning my miles. And my mom, she said, I work for a similar kind of thing, but she was an educator in this type of field. She was doing tutor stuff with the kids and taking them places. Same thing I was doing, but I was mentoring yoga. Um, she said she already got hers. It's a different organization, but they all do the same thing. I'm cussing them out if I see my mail has my old address. It's like, oh, so it was sitting over there, and I've been texting or emailing you, and I left voicemails with my right address. I know this is like a rant, but if you're new to this channel, I had to leave social work. I thought, oh, this would be cute doing a little pink collar job. What they call it. They got blue collar jobs, white collar jobs, and if you never heard of it, a pink collar job is kind of something in the middle or whatever. It's like office work. That's what it's starting to look like. May have space to put goods up there. That might be kind of cool. But yeah, we're gonna leave these strings dangly. Are you hungry, baby? No. So that's how that's coming along. Yeah, but that was scary. I had to tell my husband about it. I think I went in the car finally. I said, I just, after that situation, I started to wait for the child to come out of the house. I used to meet them inside the house because they were under 10 years old. After that situation, I wait in my car. I think I called the lady, I called the caregiver, and then I wait for the child to walk out or whatever it may be. And this was also something I'm like, I had to ask my supervisor, which again did not care. Miss Lawanda did not care. When I first started meeting with this one child in particular, it was in winter. Most of the children, there was like a few children that lived in that house that would get off the bus. Most of the children did not have winter coats on, and they had to wait until like 4 p.m. for the caregiver to get home to let them inside. And so I stood outside with them. I'm like, there's certain paperwork and where I got to be kind of conscientious about of who can be in my car because I would transport the child that I was working with to whatever, we had planned for the day, right? So I'm like, I can't keep all of these children in my car, but it's like 12 degrees outside and this child, a couple of them don't got their coats on. And I brought this concern and she's like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Let them sit outside. What? Anybody with a heart, like, so if you are just about a check and you don't have any type of empathy, I would be a social worker. Because unless you find a good organization that actually allocates a certain amount of money to feed the kids or get them necessities, because it's usually lower income families that you're working with, certain things they just need, you know, I had to I had to let that go. So that's the last job besides like, the yoga stuff I've been doing and art. That was very traumatic. I was losing sleep over these kids, and they're like, you can't take your work home with you. You kind of have to when half the After you met with the child in person, then you had to sit at your computer and they only allocated 15 minutes of documentation time. So if you took 30 minutes to write down the whole situation of the encounter and the things you did, you only got paid for 15 minutes. If it took you an hour to go through all of your clients, 15 minutes each, or I don't know, you could, it's a lot of just random paperwork, but you only get paid 15 minutes. Then, since I lived outside of Milwaukee, they're like, why is it taking you an hour? Because you let's say it's a 30-minute ride in and it's going to be a 30-minute ride out, right? I'm meeting with these kids after school and then I get stuck in traffic on my way home. So I'm like, okay, it was about, rather than 30 minutes, typically it's 40 minutes. And then Miss LaWanda pulls up Google Maps and my address, and she's trying to say it should only took you this long to get there. How you gonna say how long it took me? Were you in the car with me? I'm not. I'm going on the freeway. It's not like I'm taking the streets or anything. And so I said my mom didn't have that issue because she don't like driving on the freeway, and she got compensated for gas. Um, and she could take whatever direction she wanted um, to meet with these kids. So I'm like, the different organizations can be a little shisty, is all I'm saying. So they're like, it should have only took you 28 minutes. Why are you saying 30? 2 minutes? Life wellness. What the fuck are you doing? I'm like, is this on? That was too stressful. And then they trying to contact somebody called me on Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas, the 26th, one of the care coordinators to have a discussion about one of the kids. I'm like, I'm in the middle of like doing something in the bank. My husband was driving. We had to, you're talking to the person in the drive through of the bank or whatever. Um, and trying to have this full on 20-minute conversation. I got my whole family in the car. This is also the craziest thing. So I don't know how I should say this. If you see, I'm saying this from a place of love. If you need to seek a therapist, I am a therapist, but you have to be a mandate reporter as a therapist. And I really try to keep the things I say between me and my clients. This is going off of Ashlee's Crazy Yoga, my business. But when I worked for Life Wellness, we had to have mandatory meetings once a month and just spill everyone's business. I said, what is this going to help with? Why wouldn't I just talk to the supervisor? Why does everybody need to know what's happening with this child? You know? So if you are seeking a therapist and you are on and they're building a team, they're all talking about you. And I felt so disgusting being a part of that. I felt icky. Is there anybody? I think I just kept going to the meetings for free because you didn't get paid. You only got paid 15 minutes to bring up your discussion and your concerns about the child, which should have been one on one with the supervisor. And then you had another supervisor meeting. You had a group meeting with everybody. And then this was all like virtual or whatever. And then you would have like an individual meeting with the supervisor. I would wait to talk to the supervisor. I just felt so icky talking about other people's business. Like, and then did you know that this happened? And like, why are you excited about, and he got pulled over, so he's not going to be able to go to his job anymore. So he's probably going to be looking for housing. This is social work. And this is how the people talk about you. So I had to leave that. I couldn't do that for my mental health. I'm sorry. But if you're considered doing a social work job, you cannot have any empathy and you just got to be about the check. And I don't know how good of a connection you're going to make with the kids because all the kids loved me, the kids that I worked with. But that's crazy. Yeah. After this, I'm going to do one more pom pom and I'm going to see what we should make for lunch because it's almost 1. That's too much for me. If you're an empathetic person, social work is not for you. You need thick skin. Crazy. I feel there's like four of us in the chat. I don't know. I don't know if y'all mouths are just open or like what. That happened in the span of 1 year, by the way. I don't know if you hear his music. You need to scoot back, babe. Now we stuck at the crib today. He already did schoolwork, so I don't know. I'll probably finish this hat today. I'm like, what else are we going to do? If anybody has ideas, I don't got the car. Ooh, I didn't mean to unload that on y'all. That was like my mental state for an exactly 1 year. And I'm like, I'm literally crying. That's what I'm saying. They only seen them as a check. Oh, you're gonna go to the store. Okay. I'm literally crying to the supervisor. I can't believe these children are going through this. Do we have any resources? You can only do this. So, what's the point of this position if I'm not really there to help the child? They want to go to the, so like, just for example, this child wants to go to the YMCA. Can like the caregiver sign the paperwork because they can get a free membership and then we can never get the caregiver to sign paperwork, so then we end up doing free stuff and just going to the library, and it's like, well, this I guess is enriching, but I can only do this so many times until it gets boring. But these are the people I'm still waiting on my taxes for. It's not the 31st. I'm like, if you for real wait until the 31st, I have a grace period because my appointment's not until the middle of February, but I'm like, Carrie has 2 jobs. He already got paperwork for that last week. Everything else, when you have to submit paperwork, you have to get forms, supervision forms, and all of that. Super timely, penalties if you don't. Did you know they so cheap at Life Wellness? They were going to start charging people um, for not cleaning up the office. I never came back into the office because it was supposed to be a virtual position. I was supposed to be doing. I had one virtual client. Then the rest was all mentoring where I had to meet in person. But I kept getting attached in group messages saying, if you're not cleaning up the office, you will be charged $25 or $50 out of your check for not cleaning up. I said, oh, I'm definitely not going to the office. I don't want to get blamed for somebody else's mess. You'll get charged if you didn't come to the free meetings too. They were 2-hour meetings that you had to sit in for. And if you didn't want to gossip and share about the child, which I did not feel comfortable doing, then you just sat there for 2 hours. And if you didn't come to the meetings, then you would get like a penalty. Like, what is that? What is the group culture of making me want to stay here and be like, wow, this is actually like a really cool organization I work for? I couldn't say that after like a certain point. I'm like, oh, okay, I got me a little office job and it was so depressing. I'm like, am I just not built for office jobs? I don't know. Maybe that type of office job. That was just a lot mentally. And they didn't do yearly wage increases. You were stuck at that. They would review the contract and you would get stuck at the rate you were hired at. I'm like, who is staying here? And then she'll be like, oh, most of the
the people who work here, they have other jobs. Why can't they just have one job? Why are you forcing them to have multiple jobs and then try to be available for this position where you have to use your own gas in your car to drive around, probably after you were just at your first job? That is crazy. Too much. The way I would battle for these kids and their safety, and then the caregivers just not care, bro. And that's who they had to go back to. I know this one girl, she's really, I'm not saying she's really sad. I'm sure she was really sad because she really liked me. I said, baby, I can't do this no more. I'm really sorry. I can't do this no more. Um, because at her house, after I heard about that, I had to do, when they had the group meetings with the care coordinator, the therapist, and all that, I had to just start meeting virtually. If it wasn't like a one on one, I had to meet virtually for those group meetings with the child. Because after I heard, trigger warning, one of the therapists was meeting at the child's house with a different child. And they said they heard GUN shots outside and they were so scared they called the police. I don't know if the police even showed up. And they found like casings outside. I'm like, "Oh yeah. I'm only waiting to pick you up and drop you off. I can't leave my car outside. I don't feel like I'm not to do that." Not so much caring about the people who are actually going into the public and their safety while assisting these kids. Wild work. uh, if you heard the meme, that'll do it. That did it for me. Okay, I'm finishing up this last pom pom, and I guess I'm gonna go make something for lunch. Bear saying he not hungry. Maybe it'll be nice enough we go on a walk outside. Try to get around this small little ring. I think these were some cute colors we picked though. Okay. Now, wait for me. Now we got another mini pom pom. Yeah, so after I finish making this hat, however, one, two, three, four, five, maybe six, five, since I have one I'm about to make. Five more pom poms, and they don't take that long because I'm talking and taking a little longer because these are small. They don't take a whole lot of thread. What is it? Yarn to wind around. You probably could do this with an embroidery floss though. Ah! I almost cut myself. Immediately eject. It's so small. Yeah. Scoot back, baby. He watching his little Disney. Woo. This is my last string anyway. I'm gonna have to pull some more of that pink floss. We're gonna tie this. Bear, I love you. Trying to pull it now. All right, we're gonna. Ooh, this almost bent. Make sure this goes back. So it's ready for round whatever 4, because we've done 3 pom poms so far. I'm gonna put my supplies up. Find my needle. All of that fuzz. Whew. Whew. Hmm? Does that going to have a confidential goods sticker? What you mean? Um, so we're gonna see how high the pom poms sit. I always try to trade or not trademark, but I always add my branding to things when I can. So I'm gonna wait until the hat is completely done because it may have to get wet. Um, if I do choose to embroider. Okay, so it's looking like um if I'm just moving this to the center so I drop my scissors. It's gonna have or that's a vinyl. It's not a sticker. Um, but there are sticker vinyls. I just use regular iron on because I don't want it to come off. So I'm gonna do that eventually after I finish the first steps I need to do of this. So I'm just seeing I could make the words smaller and I'm gonna do in white thread goods across the hat. I'll need to use a sticky. No, I'm not. It's gonna look better if I embroider. So I'm just seeing if I shrunk the word goods, I'm gonna do white words of just the word goods, and then on the side I'm gonna do a white confidential. I always do it like kind of towards the back because like if you were to wear it backwards, then here you would still see the branding. So I think we still have a decent amount of clearance where it's not going towards the top of the head or the top of the hat. You could still be able to read it if I just shrunk the font. So we're gonna stitch this in. It's looking cute though. Come on. The floss is not cutting. So there's some beanies I got before I started making beanies. I have like a white beanie and I want to do a yellow and orange tie-dye on it. Um, I'm kind of running out of time, but there's a if I'm gonna stay at the market or if I just end up doing like a storage unit. So there's a lady who does tie-dyeing, so I wonder if I could bring my hat in and have her help me tie-dye it. I have my own ink too. I don't know if that would be an issue. Use, her supplies, which respect if I need to. But I've never tie-dyed a hat before. I have a hat and a few bucket hats, if I'm not mistaken, that are just white, and I'm going to tie-dye those. Haven't gotten to it with my extending laundry list. Let's see how that sits. Okay, I have to like manually pull this through because it's kind of fat. Ah! You taking your bookity books out? Which side is it then, partner? Okay, we got it. We got it through. Something must be fraying. Definitely gonna need to glue that or something. Oof, the laundry. Well, that was a play on words, but you know what I mean. The laundry list of ideas. How does that look? Looking good. We're gonna triple knot it. This will be the last one I'll do for live. Printer is good with like black and white stuff. Yeah, it just may be old ink because that's how I was able to make the other good sweatshirt that we're kind of slowly embroidering. Kind of in between some slow crafts. ATM. I go to my in-laws though to do the laundry. One more knot. A 13-leaf clover. Okay, those knots need to get a little fatter and overlap. Where are y'all? No, this yarn is gonna do what it's gonna do. Boo boo head. They on. Thank you. We got about 5 more. And I'm gonna make sure I give these a little extra tug so they stay secure. But woohoo! Yeah, we'll do a little goods probably right here. Yay! All right, I'm gonna finish this probably this afternoon. And then what is tomorrow? Thursday? Maybe I do a live tonight. We'll see. Maybe tonight I'm doing those blue and green hats I've been talking about for a minute. Yeah, that's the first ink, the same ink when I first got it. Cartridges dry up a way faster than they give you bottles when you first set it up. But see this I printed in black and white. Last time I made it, if you remember, it was like the colors were filled or the letters were filled in. I just traced over this. So you can literally see I drew this. It's not perfect circles like the O or like this. Oh, you can tell it's not a perfect circle how it printed. But this is like a sticky paper and then you wash it off. So I'm going to do this and just make it smaller. Um yeah, or maybe I could freehand it because I end up cutting and I kind of end up wasting. I haven't thrown it away because I like my scraps. But I probably could trace it on my iPad or on my phone, like use it as like a light pad or something, because I have like little scraps of this material, and I'm not going to put it through my printer. It's not going to print. It might get caught. You know what I mean? The little scraps. So I'm going to shrink this, and we'll probably put it on the hat. And then I'll have to do a satin stitch over it. Or that would be crazy if I did French knots. That might be too much. I usually do satin stitch, French knots, a little more forgiving because they're knots and they don't gotta look pretty. Well, yeah, that you gotta make. I can do really good knots now because I've been doing them for a few years. But like, it doesn't have like when you do satin stitch. Satin stitch is this satin stitch. This was like my first go on a sweatshirt with satin stitch. Um, you got to make sure the colors or the threads are right next to each other to make the word look good. And I think I did 2 strands for this because these are smaller holes that you got to go through. So, that's a satin stitch. I don't have these are French knots, little pollens. I'm like, what if I did a cluster of uh French knots to form the word goods? I don't know. We'll see. This is what we crafted today. We're getting through it, getting to it. All right, y'all. It's been real. It's been fun. Gotta go. Gotta run. That's what my mom would say. But please like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. There are, what, 3 days left? 2 days, 2.5 days left to get 20% off my entire store. I always do this really big sale. There won't be another good sale like this until a few months, probably around like Christmas, like Black Friday, Christmas. And then I'll do like next month we're gonna do 20% off all of like my Valentine's heart. I do art. I do for March a 420 deal. So all of my garden friendly art I've made will be off. And I like to do stuff around the seasons. May I think it's spring stuff is off. Yeah, flower art, etc. etc. So yeah, please like and subscribe. I will see you later. Bye.